Wine Cellar Plus. Today I've got La Vierge from the Walker Bay region, and I've chosen their Satyricon. It's named after a Latin piece written in the early Roman times about lust, love, and
fits the name quite nicely, La Vierge.
It does. The
Virgin.
in Latin, French, excuse me. And as you can see by the label, it also has a bit of a romantic Roman connotation to it. And I think that also comes through very nicely in the red fruit, the fresh acidity. It's very, very lively on the palate. It's almost got sort of this translucent fruit component that makes it very, very drinkable. And I like those darker undertones in the background. And it would just go so nicely with a variety of typically Italian dishes, as it is a combination of 3 Italian varietals, Nebbiolo, Sangiovese and Barbera. Cream pastas, bolognese,
I think,
pizzas, price 85 Rand a bottle, and just
a good drop,
just really, really good value, delicious, and also something different.
Not your average Cabernet Merlot, delicious.
Yeah, fresh.
Wine Cellar Plus.
Cheers. Give it a whirl.
I'm just back from a week in Burgundy. So Burgundy's on my mind, it's on my palate, it's in my glass. And why not try a 2009? We had many 09s last week, and they're drinking so beautifully. You don't need to cellar them for too long. They're quite rich, they're quite forward, they're quite ripe. And this one is quite delicious and well priced too. It's a Gevry-Chambertin, so from the north of the Côte de Nuit. And Henri Boillot is, I think, a producer we've featured before. Very good value. Husband of Ghislaine Barthold, who's a great producer in Chambord-Musigny. And Gevry is quite a powerful, rich, darker fruit village. But Louis' wines are very elegant, and this is a very elegant wine, even for the ripe vintage. It's quite lean if you have a look at it, and it's got this lovely underlying richness and grip to it. Otherwise, it's your typical elegant Burgundy with nice soft tannins and red fruits. What do you think?
I think it's absolutely beautiful. You know, as you said, Gevry is usually something that's more of a masculine expression of the Côte de Nuit, and he really does it more of an elegant manner, which I really appreciate.
And it's got a sucrosity to it, which is not sugar sweetness, but it's a red fruit. Yeah, sucrosity, like sucrose. Sucrose derived, and it's a red fruit, and it makes it quite sweet and quite delicious already. So that's nice. You can drink your 09 Burgundies at the village level. 285 Rand for a village Burgundy. I don't think that's expensive.
No, not for a Gevry. So elegant. So besides buying mustard and mushrooms, what were you doing in Burgundy, Roland?
Tasting wine, tasting the recent vintages. 2009's been in bottle for a while, so just getting a check on those. 2010 just been bottled, so trying to understand what they're going to deliver in bottle. Vintage which is down 30 to 40% in volume, so very difficult. That's just the growing season. It was a rather early flowering and a very good harvest, but very low in quantity. 2010s are superb, especially the reds and the whites are very good. Reds are concentrated, balanced, fantastic. And then
drinkability wise compared to the 09, because as you said, the 09 is a lot more accessible now.
09 you can drink kind of relatively soon. 10 is a vintage to put away for a long time. And it's one of those vintages like 1990, like 2002, like 99, where the whites and the reds are very good. You don't get that very often. And then 2011, which is in barrel and has just gone through malolactic in most of the cellars, so a good opportunity to taste the 2011s out of barrel.
Awesome. And how is that? I mean, to experience a wine that's so young, I mean, how can you foretell
what it's going to be like?
Its future?
Well, generally in a barrel, a wine is quite alive because it's got a lot of oxygen around it. It's in a porous vessel. So out of barrel, wine can be, well not Bordeaux, but Burgundy can be quite attractive, and I found myself drinking a lot of them and not spilling too much, especially at the top growers. And then what happens when it goes into a bottle, it kind of shuts down for six months or a year because it's got no oxygen in contact with it, and it's generally got a bit of sulfur. Yeah.
Almost.
So when they're at this stage in barrel maturing, they're quite opulent, quite open.
And then if there was one wine that you would just love to just go back and taste again that really stood out, amongst the rest? Like the first one to come to your mind?
Well, Ghislaine Bartard's Chambolle Musigny's were absolutely
I can't believe you were there. Hey, that
fantastic.
must have been so amazing.
And Ligia Palais in Bonne Romani. I tasted Le Romani, which is literally 3 or 4 barrels. It's almost 10,000 rand a bottle. And you taste it at the end, you get back in your car, you drive to Beaune, and you still got the taste in your mouth, and you're like, wow, that's a special wine.
I suppose it really creates an understanding of the philosophy of it.
It's a tiny vineyard, it really is small, it creates about 100 cases or 200 cases or something.